I recently started trying Benjamin Franklin's daily routine, and so far I really like it, so I want to record it, document it, and share it with you guys. I started it for two reasons. One, I want to be more productive during my week, especially when I'm working from home. And two, I wanted to improve not only myself, but become a better person just in general. And I didn't know what's the best way of systematically putting that into my life. And Benjamin Franklin's daily routine actually starts with that. I'll go into more details, but just wanted you to know what this routine is for. And it's actually inspired by Poor Charlie's Almanac. For those of you who know me, you know that I love mental models. I love the way Charlie Munger and Warren Buffett approaches wealth creation and understanding businesses. And Benjamin Franklin, as you can see, his face is right there with on the $100 bill. And it opens with a tribute to the Poor Richard's Almanac, which Benjamin Franklin wrote. So that's what got me interested in the first place. Charlie Munger says it himself here. I've tried to imitate in a poor way the life of Benjamin Franklin. And so if it's good enough for Munger, it's good enough for me.
Hello, have a nice day.
Okay, so I just finished my daily planner. I have the day planned. I think today really need to just focus. So the virtue I'll be focusing on today is resolution. I've got some taxes things I need to take care of. I have the website that I want to finally have the foundations up. So resolution is today's virtue of the day. Let's see how I go. Okay, off to the cafe for the first 4-hour work session. I'm actually really happy about waking up at 5, not tired at all. So that's extra 3 hours in my day, 2 to 3 hours. So for the next 4 hours, I'm going to use the Pomodoro method that I always use. 25 minutes of focus, 5 minutes of rest, and just go between the two until I get Franklin's 4-hour work session done. Finished the work session. That was really productive. I didn't even need to use the Pomodoro method. I basically was in the flow the whole time, so yay. Okay, so it's 6 o'clock, and that means I'm done for the day according to the schedule. It feels really early actually to finish my day. I mean, if you work 9 to 5, this is probably normal, but since I've started working for myself, I actually find myself more creative later in the night from usually 8 to 11-ish. So I'm a little bit curious, if I'm not focused on work, will I get those good ideas around those times? But let's see how that goes. Productivity wise, I would say I got a lot done, but I don't know. I think I still have some energy to do more work if I really wanted to. But you know what? He said this brings health and wealth, and I'm not going to argue with that. Let's see how this week goes. So from now on, I'm going to work out, even though that's not in his schedule technically, but I think that's one of the diversions I could count this as. Have supper, have conversations, enjoy music, and at the end of the night, which is 10 o'clock, it is time to look through the day and reflect. So I will see you then. It's almost 10 o'clock, so I'm going to do my daily reflections. Franklin reflected on what good did I do today and his virtues, doing a checklist of those. So I'm going to combine that with what I've been doing, which is my daily planner. One thing I really want to add is I also reflect on my habits. I've gotten rid of so many bad habits by reflecting on my habits consciously every night. I pick 3 habits every month that I want to either foster or get rid of. And every single night I reflect on whether I've done that or not. So this month it's read for 30 minutes, which yay, is a part of Franklin's schedule. So I'm sure I'll be able to do that. Reacting too quickly to things, which I want to stop, and eat slowly. So I'll reflect on that.
Read, yes. Reacting too quickly today is okay, and eat slowly, not great. Okay.
And what good did I do today? I held the door open for someone at the cafe. I don't know, I didn't do much. And the reflections. So I was focusing on resolution today, and I gotta give it to myself. I did really well. I got rid of all those taxes related things. I was very focused on setting up the shop, so that was pretty good. I'm gonna go through all of the 13 virtues as well. And that's the end of day 1. Good morning. So it's not getting easier to wake up at 5, but at least I get 7 hours of sleep. Usually I need 9. I'm kind of like a grandma or a child. I don't know, but anyway, it's fine. It'd probably be easier if it was the summer. Anyway, today I think for the plan, I'm going to add my walks in. Usually I go for a walk in the afternoon, but because of this daily schedule, the afternoon is blocked for that 4-hour work time. So I'm going to put it in the noon to 2 o'clock segment and see how that goes. Okay, so I've decided to do my walk in that 12 to 2 period. Now I won't have time to read, but I don't know, I guess you have to prioritize in life, right? So this is pretty nice. Okay, day 3, and here's the good news and the bad news. The good news is, even though I'm not working during the 8 to 11 p.m. period where I found myself most creative, I still get new ideas every single day. So that's good. But the ideas come to me right as I try to go to sleep. So in that state where you're just drifting off but you're not quite yet asleep, that's when my mind surfaces everything that I've been thinking about throughout the day, and that's when the ideas come. So I cannot fall asleep at 10 p.m. at all, and that means it's even more difficult to wake up at 5 a.m. So I've tried to put a notebook there today to actually write down those ideas as they come to me in that state. So hopefully I can offload them and let my brain relax, because one of the things I'm thinking about during that state is, oh crap, I hope I can remember this. So let's see how that goes. Oh, and I'm wearing my Qantas pajamas because I really miss traveling. Anyway, that's it. I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, so it's Friday 6 p.m. Yay! I was definitely more productive, getting more done with less time. So relatively, I was definitely more productive. I would say I probably got more done before because I was working an extra 3 hours or so per day. So in absolute terms, I think I did do more previously, but my quality of life has definitely improved since I ended the day at 6 p.m. or the work day. But the thing is, I'm pretty sure in the 1700s they didn't have Saturdays, so I will be continuing with this on Saturday as well. But that actually works for me, and maybe people who work for themselves can relate to this, especially people who don't have kids and other family obligations. I work on Saturdays. I mean, work. It doesn't really feel like work. I actually enjoy what I'm doing. So yeah, I will be following the 2 4-hour work blocks as well, and waking up at 5 a.m. Yeah, okay. So let's do that, and I'll check in on Sunday again. Okay, so it's Sunday, it's been a week. I would say I actually really loved it. It worked very well for me. The biggest takeaway was definitely work in time blocks. I used to end up working in 3 4-hour blocks, but because it wasn't definite in my mind that the end time could have been any time because my time was flexible, I actually ended up procrastinating a bit. I ended up not being very focused. But once I knew there was an end time, I actually became more aware of, okay, I need to get this done in order to move on to the next part of my day. And if you haven't seen my other video on a time management tool I use called Toggle, using the two together really made me super productive during those 4-hour work blocks. The only thing I would change would be probably do the 4 hours in the morning and then move to maybe 3 hours and in the afternoon, and then maybe another 1 hour, 2 hour block in the evening for me personally, because still I found myself having ideas I wanted to work on, but because of Franklin's schedule, I moved them to the next day, and by the time I wake up, I wasn't as inspired as I was when I had those ideas in the evening. So that's the one thing I would change about the time management. The other thing, waking up at 5 o'clock, I don't know, it wasn't really easy for me. I think it would be easier in the summer, but because now at 5 o'clock it's really dark outside, I found it really difficult to wake up. So I would change that, but it was nice to have some extra time in the morning, that's for sure. And that leads me to the time for other projects that weren't work. I completely enjoy those, having time to read throughout the day. made a huge difference. Before I would always put it off, okay, I'll read before bed, but by bedtime I was really sleepy, so definitely this time I'm going to work those extra project and reading time into my daily schedule. And finally, I absolutely enjoyed all of the reflections. It made me so aware. Every single morning I had an intention of doing something good. Every morning I had a goal, a direction of today I want to improve this about myself, whether it was the 13 virtues, whether it was the habits that were already in my daily planner. That changed everything. Throughout the day I was consciously thinking about, okay, am I doing the right things? If I was eating, I thought about, okay, I need to eat slowly. So things like that completely changed how I viewed those habits as they came up. So definitely I would do those. And for the virtues, the only thing I would change would probably to come up with my own list. His list is good, but I think to update it, to modernize it, to fit it towards the person that I want to be would be the only thing I change. But otherwise, I really enjoyed Franklin's daily routine. I think it's completely doable. Just need to do small tweaks here and there, not intense at all. If you guys found it useful, let me know in the comments below what kind of routines you're doing. Are you going to take parts of this into your own life? And if you like this, found it helpful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!